Hello? Hello? Hello, ma'am? Hello? How's everybody doing? Can anybody see this? Oh my god. You are live? Am I now, YouTube? Am I now live, currently? What's going on? What is going on? Hello? Okay. Can you hear me? Yes, you... Okay. Big round of applause for YouTube's fucking streaming. Let's get this shit going. So I know the boomer memes are happening in the chat, and I understand this is partially my fault. I probably should have tested this a little bit more before I did go live. But the other day, I was going to do a stream, and, oh, can you hear my music? Can you hear this? Can you hear this lovely music? This is some Rayman 2 music. Get it down nice and low for you. Don't want it to be too loud, but some nice Rayman 2 music is just what the stream needs. So, let me see. No, can't hear you. Yes, yes, indeed. Sound muted. Oh my god. I can hear everything. Beautiful music. Can you actually hear me? Okay, holy shit. Holy shit. The mic is not muted. You actually hear me? Yes, you can. You fuckers! I am clearly having technical issues, and you are gonna fucking try and troll me. I've been on the website as on the internet since you were a sperm in your daddy's ballsack. Okay. Welcome to the stream, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, YouTube is giving me some problems. I tried to stream the other day. We were gonna do a catch-up on Pamper Chew and Dayton Hypernova. Small problem. All of Pamper Chew's new videos are like a minute long, and Dayton Hypernova's been gone for 4 months. So, bit of an issue. Hello and welcome to hell. Yo, what's up? Shut the up, nasty boomer. Yeet, I love you. Uh-oh, Stinky. You're good, my dude. I'm gonna listen to Jenna Williams here, and I'm gonna take her word for it. Let me get this linked and everything. Let's get this going. First of all, DeadwingDork live stream. No. Live rambling about YouTube and COPPA. Fuck. Let's see. Add description. Fuck off, children. There you go. So yeah, welcome to the stream. YouTube's giving me some problems. Like I was gonna say, I tried streaming the other day. There's a bit of an impromptu fuck-up session that's going on here, but I tried streaming the other day, and YouTube was not having it. They forced me to go. They forced me to go over to a different like live dashboard. First of all, I already just explained all of this for like 5 minutes in the other stream, where apparently my audio wasn't working. So. Thanks, Streamlabs OBS. I think I'm just going to commit to OBS Studio from now on, because it's less functional, but, you know, it's less things that can go wrong, I guess. But, yeah, I was going to go live, and it told me that I was legally required to ensure that this video was not made for kids, or this stream was not made for kids. So the only way, apparently, to do that is to go over to the new YouTube live dashboard, which is just a fucking nightmare. Just the worst thing. The YouTube live dashboard is the new one. The old one isn't great, but it got you the information before they started fucking it up on my computer, at least. It got you the information. Now they don't let me read the final super chat, but, you know, at least it, like, functions. The new YouTube live dashboard is like slightly prettier, I guess, but it's very much less functional, and it's kind of disgusting. And it acts as a separate YouTube like server thing, I guess. So you have to update your stream key and everything. You have to do all this shit, and I was having some Mondo difficulties, but it seems that we're here now. All board, no dash. That was weird and annoying. YouTube is becoming a nightmare. Give me more content, Daddy. Can you not just go kill that scheduled stream? There are like 50 people in there. Oh, God, does that happen? I don't... Fucking Oh, thank you, YouTube. All right. Thank you for letting me know about that. Yeah, if you're just getting here, I apologize, and I know you won't believe me, but once again, it's not my fault. it's like only sometimes my fault, you know? Occasionally it isn't, and yeah, I guess I have 2 streams going at once. That's cool. That's super cool. Let's fix this. I've got the other one. Let's just delete that one forever. It's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Bye. And this one, we want to turn that on. Sorry, once again, if you're just joining us, there's some things that have gone wrong in a number of places, and it's 90% YouTube to blame. Some of it is also the United States government. Wow, I'm already demonetized. Thanks. But yeah, let's see. YouTube is becoming a nightmare. Sorry, I'll get to the super chats in a second. Deadwing Dad who abandoned me. Are you gonna start a cult now that you know how to make one? Glad to finally see it live stream. No, I'm gonna join the uni cult. That's the only option. There was a guy in the comments who said that he was a part of the cult, and they brought him to a place and pretended that they were gonna, like, fuck him, and then they didn't fuck him, and they made him pay rent, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, it's, I guess folks are the end of YouTube. Yeah, well, we're gonna get into that. To finally get to the content of the stream, once again, well, before I get to the, once again, I was going to do this at 9 o'clock. It's now 9:13. Thanks, YouTube. It's going to, I was gonna do this a little earlier, get things going. We had some technical difficulties because YouTube forced me to go to a different thing and fucked up all my rhythm because of this COPPA thing. And you might be, like, in the chat, and maybe you're not aware of what's going on. But, yeah, we're gonna do... This is just gonna be a rant. There's no... I said in the previous stream, where nobody could hear me, I said, there's not gonna be any baby lads in this one. There's not gonna be any fun YouTube videos or anything. There's gonna be a lot of shit. A lot of fucking shit. This is just gonna be me rambling. If you're not into that, you can feel free to go. I was really thinking there was no chance of boomering this stream. You know? Because, like, it's just gonna be a bear and a fireplace. I don't know, but yeah, you're listening to some Rayman 2 music here. I thought that would be a nice fitting soundtrack, for this, given the pirates and enslaving of citizens and stealing people's dreams, you know, things like that. Rayman 2 is very thematically relevant. So you might be in the chat now, and you might be wondering what the hell's going on with YouTube and COPPA and all this stuff. You might have seen some people talk about it. Essentially, to give you the quick rundown, and this is the version they will not tell you in the history books. Yeah, YouTube has been stealing children's data for years, and they got fined like $100-something million by the FTC, I think it is. Or is it the FCC? I forgot. YouTube's been fined like hundreds of millions of dollars. And the way that they've decided, I guess... I'm not familiar with the whole, like, thing, honestly. I'm not familiar with the whole, like, the ins and outs of the entire situation, but... It's easy to look at it and say that the way that they've apparently decided to make up for that. Well, no, I think the fines are going to the government, so it doesn't even like help YouTube. Basically, YouTube fucked us all, and now we're all on their sinking ship. YouTube ripped open a fucking gouge on the side of the Titanic, and now we're all like going down with it. YouTube was both the iceberg and the ship at the same time. It was great. Yeah. And now the FTC or the FCC, I think one of those does like drugs or something. COPPA Field, FCC. It's the FCC. One guy says it's the FTC. One guy says it's the FGC. It's not the FCC, you fools. You know, I could probably just, no, it doesn't tell me up here. It does not tell me. I'm legally required to comply with the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act and or other laws. So, yeah, YouTube stole a bunch of children's data for years, which they've been doing to us also, but we're not kids, so it's fine, I guess. YouTube's been collecting their data, and I'm gonna go with I'm just gonna say the government, because even the chat's not sure. Maybe I should say the FGC, like that one guy said. The government is not happy, apparently, and a bunch of elderly folks, I think many of them are literal boomers also, a bunch of elderly folks are coming along to tell us that YouTube is like endangering children, and they're coming along to basically fine anybody who makes kids content. I'm not sure what the other side of this coin is, you know what I mean? Like, are we just not, is like nobody allowed to make content that appeals to kids now? What is happening here? I don't think I fully understand the logistics of this fucking new rule, and I don't think they do either. Yeah, anybody who makes videos that are decided by pretty much the YouTube algorithm, you know, that hilariously broken bot which a couple weeks ago broke my recommendations so fucking hard to the point where it showed me Fortnite streams and Jeanette McCurdy videos and fucking like Ariana Grande music. Yeah, you know, the wonderful YouTube bot that does everything. Yeah, it's gonna be deciding whether or not your channels get hit with a $42,000 fine by the US government. Now, funny thing about this, you would really think that if you're in like Spain or like Nicaragua or fucking France or some shit, or Canada like I am, you'd really think that you know, you probably, that wouldn't affect you, right? Like, you'd really think that. You'd think, okay, well, I'm not in the American, like, jurisdiction, so the American government cannot fine me for, like, making a video. Can you, like, this is the thing, is that it's such an utterly fucking absurd idea from the perspective of, like, law. Can you imagine being a fly on the wall in that courtroom when a guy from Sweden makes a video about how to make, like, Mario Maker levels that can't be fucking beaten? And he winds up in court because it's technically appealing to children. It's a really, like, subjective law, too, or rule, or whatever you want to call it. It's incredibly subjective. And only, like, it's really up to, like, people's decision, ultimately. But yeah, imagine being a fly on the wall in a courtroom when the US government is fining a citizen of another country for making a video that a YouTube algorithm has deemed to be, like, made for children. That is such an utterly back-assward absurd thing that could only fucking happen in 2019. If this was fiction, I would be laughing a little harder, but, you know, truth is sometimes stranger than fiction, I guess, because here we fucking are. Yeah. So they're gonna fine people, and I was watching a fucking video earlier from this guy, let me see if I can bring it up here. This wonderful fellow who makes content that's appealing to kids, kind of by, like, design. It's sort of like, you know, like, see, okay. I just have to show this real quick. I just have to show this. Based fucking Nitro Rad. What's gonna happen to him? He makes videos about B-tier platformers. What the fuck is gonna happen to Nitro Rad in this new... What the fuck's gonna happen to Matt McMuscles? Or fucking Vinny? Or Joel, well, this is Joel, but, you know, what's gonna happen to Joel? What's gonna happen to all of the speedrunners and the fucking people doing Crowbcat director's cuts and shit? Like, Oh, that is completely not what this is. Crobecat doing Konami E3 director's cuts. You know, like, what's gonna happen to these fucking channels that are, like, grown adult men making videos ostensibly for grown adult people who, like, for their own, like, demographic, basically? What the fuck is gonna happen to these channels that I like a lot, that I watch, when now gaming content in general falls under, like, being a problem for the the government, the man. Can we just call them the man? I like that. Hang on. I'm looking for, yeah.
We have a variety of tools at our disposal.
I'm looking for this video here from Chadtronic. Marking not for kids doesn't protect you. COPPA update. And this is a very good video where he goes through how this is basically the US government and YouTube combining together to fuck us all in the ass. And we should probably be concerned. Now, this is the interesting part. Credit to Chadtronic for providing this. But this is the interesting part. Subject matter, what counts as a problem for YouTube and you, the viewer, and the the US government? What counts as a problem? Kids' jokes. Music. So, gaming music? Soundtracks? What are we talking here? $42,000 fine for a soundtrack? Kids' games? Video/computer games. Boy. Alright. Resident Evil 2 remake. Is that gonna get you a $40,000 fine? Logically, you would assume that it probably wouldn't, but, like, we are no longer operating in a logical, like, realm. We are fully 2019 brain at this point. Like, Doom Eternal. When people make videos about Doom Eternal, is this gonna be a $42,000 fine for appealing to children? Children's TV shows or stars? Cartoon characters. So, like, Emp Lemon's, like, documentary style video about how there's never ever gonna be another show like SpongeBob. I guess that's appealing to children because it's SpongeBob, therefore $42,000 fine. Sports. So all sports, you know, just appeals to kids a little too much. If you didn't want to pay $42,000, you shouldn't have gone to the baseball games with your father when you were a child. You fuck. You doomed us all. Stories is the next one here. Stories. And I guess that means, like, kids' stories, I guess. Toys. So, Ashens? What about Ashens? He reviews old toys from the fucking 80s. And video games, for that matter. And fucking candy. Ashens appeals to kids. His content's not made for kids, but it appeals for kids. Or it appeals to kids. Is Ashens going to get hit with a fucking $40,000 fine? Is that what's going to happen? Children's books. Fantasy. So, if I watch a video about the Wheel of Time TV series and what's happening with that, is that channel gonna get hit with a $40,000 fine? Children's arts and crafts. Pets! Almost the entire concept of animals are off limits now on YouTube. Just completely off limits. You want to talk about a dog? Sorry, motherfucker. Kids like dogs. That'll be $42,000. And you're hearing this from me. Like, you're hearing this from me, right? And you're thinking, like, this has to be a joke. This is like a meme, right? This has to be... There's no way this is real. No, this is the actual reality in which we fucking live. This is the reality that we survive in. This is where we are. This is 2019. Only children are allowed to have fun. That's back-ass word. Ashens is awesome. Thurston, no! Gets fined $42,000 for leaving comments on YouTube. Goodbye, anime. Yeah, what happens to, like, Kenny Lauderdale, or Laudendale, or whatever his name is? Good channel, but I forget his last name. What happens to him with his videos about, like, Twinkle Nora Rock Me or whatever? You know? like old anime? What happens to, I know some people don't like them, I don't have much of an opinion, but what happens to Mother's Basement then? What happens to anybody? Like, what's that one girl's name? She's on my fucking thing all the time. She's on, hang on. Which one is it? It's like Red Bard, I think. She was talking about something. Oh, we got a video about Jacob Sockness here. Right. Well, yeah.
Toys.
So silence, Chadtronic. All right. Kenny's a good boy. Rip Jenna Marbles. Yeah, I mean, rip fucking. Rip like Jenny Nicholson. She talks about spider reviews on Amazon. Kids like foam spiders, you know? So, like, alright. I have a list here of things to talk about so that I don't go completely off the rails. The next one on the list is a point that I kind of thought the other day. I haven't really seen anybody say this, but this is something that I feel, at least. If this was just a new rule on YouTube, and it was solely YouTube, and it was like, you can now decide if your videos are good for kids, or if they're not made for kids, you know? That would be a really fucking good idea. Because then I could just mark my videos as not made for kids, and I would no longer, theoretically, I would no longer have to worry so much about getting demonetized because I'm not making videos that children are meant to watch. You know what I mean? Like, they're meant for adults to watch. So, hearing a fuck word, hearing the unholy shit word come out of my mouth is, like, not really that much of a problem if it's specifically deemed to be a group of non-children who are watching my videos. You would think that that would be, like, a good idea, honestly. From, like, just that thought alone, if all you knew about this was YouTube now made you, like, comply with a thing, and blah, 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 who cares, it's just some stuffy thing, but now I can set my videos to be not made for children, so I don't have to worry about, like, neutering myself every time I fucking talk. That would be a really cool feature, and then you find out that if you don't do that, or even if you do that and the bot fucks up, or even if you do that and your thumbnail looks a little sketch, you know, has like a fucking SpongeBob in it or something. Because keep something in mind here. These old fuckers that are doing this shit, they don't like know what memes are. You know what I mean? You can't put fucking Patrick in your thumbnail now. Like, because it's technically a kid's cartoon thing. And if they want to, if the bot like finds your video and says, oh, that's a cartoon, and somebody at the government fucking reviews it, like, they're going to look at it and they're going to go, well, this is a children's cartoon character in the thumbnail, and this clearly shows that you were attempting to lure in children to your video. This is one of the things that Chadtronic covered in the video that I mentioned a little while ago and showed part of. He mentioned that, like, even if you know, even if your thumbnail looks fine, like rather, even if your video is like filled to the fucking brim with curse words and racial slurs and shit, even if you do that shit, even if you fucking fill your video with not safe for work stuff, if the thumbnail or the title looks like it might appeal to children, you're gonna get slapped with this thing. And if you say on your channel that the video is not meant for children, then they're going to look at that as you lying, apparently, or they're gonna look at it as like you fucked up. Because it's clearly for children. They decided, and they're the ones who make the decision. It's clearly for children. So the fact that you have a bunch of curse words in the video, and, like, you know, marked your video as not for kids, the fact that you did all of that, if anything, I would fear that it might make it, like, worse for you. If you have a video that's got, like, SpongeBob in the thumbnail, or like My Little Pony. Brony videos making fun of fucking of horse fuckers. That's just gone away now, and so have the horse fuckers. Because fucking, how are we gonna include a fucking My Little Pony in the thumbnail? Like, you could put up a video that's like it's got a My Little Pony in the thumbnail, and then you click on the video and it's somebody fucking their like horse toy and getting off to like being a fucking gay yiffy fucking pedo baby fur coyote motherfucker. You could click on my Gin 1515 video, which you should probably go watch because it's pretty great. You could click on that, and you could go, oh, well, this is fucking for kids, obviously, because it's got Rainbow Dash or whatever the fuck in the thumbnail. And then when you watch the video, it's the most disgusting shit. You could make a case against me trying to like fucking lure in kids with cartoon characters in my thumbnails, and then they watch the video and it's like horrible things. That you could probably make that case if you wanted to. And like, I don't know, I just don't know. It would be great if we could just set our videos to be not for kids, and that was fine. It would really be great if that was all that there was to the situation. We just set our videos as not for children, and it's fine. And then, you know, we don't have to worry about this. We don't have to worry about the fucking government coming along and saying, no, you're wrong. We've decided that it is for children. It gets into this really incredibly murky, stupid fucking territory where we're like, we're gonna have to like fucking fight in court for the right to like make a video about a thing we want to talk about. This is a slippery slope thing, and I know, like, I knew when I made this stream, it's gonna devolve into some crazy shit. We're gonna be bitching about Google fucking owning all of our lives in a little bit. Don't worry, we're getting there. But, like, you know, I just... I don't know, man. Let me take a look at the chat, see what's going on. Saber Sparks finished. I think I watched a few Saber Spark videos, because I enjoy videos making fun of terrible things, and that includes terrible animation. I think I watched some of his videos, and I got annoyed by the fact that he had, like Patreon shit in the middle of the video. Don't do that. Don't do that. I have a Patreon, and I'm very thankful to all of the folks who donate to my Patreon. But I put it at the end of the video where it belongs. It's like the credits reel. You don't put it in the middle, my friend. Stay on how? Adult content? Bad. You don't deserve money. You're right, Chris. That's the thing. That's the other thing that's crazy is now, okay, you can't make videos made for children or that appeal to children. But you also can't make videos that appeal to adults because YouTube doesn't like that. If you curse too much, they'll demonetize you. They will limit your... You know, we don't know. We don't know how it's, like, gonna go down, honestly. We don't know. It could be that this is coupled with, like, a change in the YouTube rules, where now you can make content for older people because it's not specifically... Or because it's specifically not designed for children. Maybe it'll encourage that. I don't know. That could be a bright side to all of this. That could be a bright side. But the overwhelmingly dark side of it is that, you know, it's the fucking YouTube bot that's in charge of this. It's like, it's the most awful, non-functional bot in the world that will just yeet an entire channel off of the site by mistake. Or what about the thing that happened with, what's his name? The guy that was, like, a streamer for years, and then he had his channel, like, taken over by a fucking scam thing or something, and, like, broadcasting fucking scam shit to thousands of people. So that can always happen, too. YouTube is the USSR. You must move to Pornhub. Maybe Robert Champagne can finally jack off on stream. That's true. Make life hack videos. Let's take a look at the super chats here. $4.99 from Noah Smalley. Been a while since I could catch a stream. How soon, you fellow boomer? Oh, how you been, fellow boomer? I've been pretty good. You know, some things have been going on that haven't been the most great things, but we're working on it. And some other things have been going on that have been very, very great things. And I love you, baby. Thank you, sir. Dakota Meats with $5. Use this $5 to work your stuff out, but it's not my stuff that needs working out. It's YouTube stuff. Donate to... Actually, no. Don't ever do that. Don't give YouTube your money. Stubbed Toe with $1.49 and a unicorn emoji. The spirit of uni is inside us all. Thank you. Unstable Neon with $2. A bot doesn't decide. A boomer human does. Yeah, that's really the bot is what like flags your video. I think if I'm getting it right, the bot is what flags the video and goes like, this is in violation. Stop! You violated the law. The bot's what does that. The human is the one that like decides whether or not they want to take your money. So all you have to do is hope that the human you're dealing with is not a greedy motherfucker, and also not an elderly fucking grandpa who doesn't know what a meme is and doesn't know what a video game is and doesn't know that cartoons have progressed past Popeye, you know? Cody Painter with $5. This is dumb. I agree. I should make my whole stream just this is dumb, because honestly, that's all you need to say. D. Oim. I don't know how to say that, but Doim with $1.99. So furries do ketamine. It's a thing lately. Well, okay, we'll have to look into that sometime. And Ever Doomed Eva. I hope you archive this stream because I'm at work and it keeps buffering. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, I'm probably not going to be archiving it because it's been a fucking shit show. But, you know, by that token, you haven't missed much. Limbo Face. Whatever happened to the music stream you mentioned doing? Oh, yeah, you're right. I really should. That might actually not get me killed. Well, no, because music gets you fucked off the platform, apparently, or forced to pay fucking, like, $40,000 fine to the U.S. government. I don't know. The music I make can tend to range toward, like, video game music in style. And, I don't know, guys. It's dark times. It is dark times, but I might do that this week, honestly. Bewitched to dust. It's basically the Salem witch trials. Then pay with your blood! Your stolen goods are forfeit. Pay the court a fine or serve your sentence. Stop! I refuse to ever give YouTube money. Yeah, well, that's the thing, is like, when I first heard about when I first started getting seriously concerned about this a little while ago, my first thought was, well, I'm not gonna pay you any fucking money. Fuck you. And honestly, I still think that would be my thought, because if it goes down the way it either goes one of two ways, the way I can see it, is we either have YouTube basically. We either have, like, billions of fucking people getting fucking sued by the U.S. government. Or it's, like, it's not that crazy, and it's kind of chill. And it's not the biggest deal in the world. Technically, this doesn't even go through for another, like, couple months, I think. It doesn't start until January 1st or something. So, I mean, technically, there's still time to reverse this decision. If enough big-name people can get it out there, you know... tell your friends, tell your grandpa, tell your clergy. Try to get PewDiePie in on this shit. I don't know if he's been talking about it, but he probably fucking should. Try to get, like, everybody that's a big, important YouTuber that has some kind of clout to say something about how fucked this is. Because this is, I want to say it's comically, hilariously fucked up what's happening. This is too stupid for, like, a comedy movie. This is such... You could have pitched this as a horrible, like, nightmare scenario situation 5 years ago, and people would have thought, well, that's unrealistic. But here we are, where a Children's Online Privacy Protection Act from 1998, which has been updated a bit over the course of time. I think it's been updated once. Only once. And it's been updated, but it hasn't been like fully updated. So a lot of the terms, we can go back to this video here from Chad Tronic. Language of the website, such as language that is simple enough to be understandable to children 12 and under. Short, colorful descriptions, slang, and pop culture So, visual content appealing to children, animated characters, bold or fast-moving graphics, and bright and vibrant colors. So if your thumbnail on YouTube contains vibrant colors, or if your video contains short, colorful descriptions, or slang, such as whatever, cool, duh. This is wonderful. This is so wonderful. This is, I want to say whimsical. I'm literally moving to Vimeo, says someone in chat. Yeah, I don't have a thing. I've kind of gone, I had like notes here to follow on the stream, but I've gone completely off the rails. I had a thing here. Oh yeah, well, here's an interesting part that I kind of forgot about. So, kids, right? A lot of kids. Many children in the world. A lot of children on the internet. I don't know if you've noticed, but there's quite a few. And yeah, they're gonna still be there. So when YouTube is now disallowing anybody from making content for children, what are those children gonna watch? Is it gonna be like state-sponsored TV that the government has decided is okay for the kid? You know, honestly, that's probably not that bad in some cases. Because that's another side of this whole thing, right? YouTube and children have been a real problem point. Conflicting issues where it comes to that. You've got the Elsa Gate shit and the Finger Family videos and all this creepy nonsense meant to like basically just, you know, exploit children for money. Well, really, it's more exploiting stupid parents that give their children an iPad and just expect that to teach them and parent them. But, you know, we've had that. We've had problems with weirdo fucking pedo comments on YouTube. We've had all sorts of shit. So you would think, again, on the surface of this, and this is the real problem, I think. This is the real fucking problem, because, like, on the surface of this, this is a really easy thing to sell people. This is a real easy, like, lie to tell people. You can say, well, we've had problems with children's content in the past, let's say. And, you know, and also, this allows content creators to mark their stuff as being for adults. So they don't have to worry about, you know, our stupid rules that we put in place. It's a really easy lie to tell people, because it's on the surface. In a number of ways on the surface, this seems like almost a smart idea, you know? It's like, hey, we got to protect the kids, right? Won't someone please think of the children? Not like that, but, yeah. You know, it's an easy lie to tell people that it's just meant for protecting the kids. And it's totally easy for people to believe that simple lie without having to look further into the fact that actually it's because YouTube's been stealing children's data which is against the law for fucking years. And they were like, I think they were like specifically told not to do that. And they did it anyway. And I mean, you want to get into the real crazy conspiracy shit? This is the second part of the stream. Yeah, they just do that to all of us, don't they? That should be really the most alarming thing, is that Google they just know everything about you. They know about your, like, they know, I don't know, man. It should be the most alarming thing in this whole situation, is that it's not that you're now forced to pay a $40,000 fine. It's the real, it's the nitty gritty in there. That YouTube, we as content creators are now all in this position because YouTube broke the law and did the thing that they do to all of us. And apparently it's not against the law when they do it to grown-ups. Yeah, so... But yeah, I mean, I've gone on a bit of a ramble now. I guess that's in the title, so it's fine. But yeah, like, I don't know. Children are still going to be on the internet. And they're still going to watch stuff. So what are they going to watch now that making kids stuff is completely verboten? Are they going to watch, like, are they going to watch adult stuff? Are they going to watch, like, you know... I don't know. It's a really stupid fucking situation. They didn't even think about this one, did they? Because that's like a pretty obvious thing you might want to like consider. When when you're now disallowing adults, well-meaning adults, from making, like Nitro Rad, for instance, who again makes content that appeals to like him and myself, who are like adult individuals who enjoy like fucking... There's a certain healthy amount of childish bullshit that we can all like enjoy in our lives, and B-grade platformers is one of mine. I was just playing Kaya the Dark Lineage on the PS2 like last week. It's pretty bad, don't play it. But yeah, like that happens to appeal to children by virtue of it just being like safe. Like, yeah, he might Nitro Rad, he might curse now and then, but like he's not like, you know, he's not like me making my videos full of fucking lascivious bullshit. It's good content for children. And that's not a bad thing, you know? Like that is not a bad thing to make content that appeals to kids. It is now, apparently. But what are those fucking kids going to watch now? Because you know there's always going to be loopholes. There's always going to be loopholes. Some people are going to figure out fucking loopholes. Because you've always got to exploit the child demographic. Just the same way that the Finger Family people are doing it now. Those same people probably are going to wind up finding some loophole that they can use to continue to exploit children. While meanwhile, that's good. Meanwhile, like, adults who make content that happens to appeal to kids by virtue of it being just, you know, okay for children to watch is no longer allowed. And how are we going to get around this, you know? How is a person like Nitro Rad going to make a video about Super Lucky's Tale? How am I going to make a stream about fucking Sonic for Real Justice Parts 2 and 3? There, now I have an excuse never to do that. We're probably going to do that within the next month, but, you know, how am I going to do that, you know, with Sonic characters in the fucking thumbnail? I thought about that. I thought about, like, the old video I did with, the Sonic Fanon wiki. It has Sonic in the thumbnail. It also has the word damn. But, like, you know, there's another thing. There's another thing to consider, is that children like to pretend that they're not children. Look no further than Shadow the Hedgehog and that damn fourth Chaos Emerald. Children like to like things that make them feel like they're grown up by comparison, I guess. I don't know. But children like that shit. And so what are kids going to watch now? Like Live Leak? Let's take a look at the chat. What's going on? What do the folks have to say? Uh-oh, it's a Terminator, but I'm YouTube. Uh-oh, stinky. I'm going to say heck. Justice for Admin Silver. Oh yeah, Shadow the Hedgehog. Hey people, I just got in. What did I miss? A lot of rambling and horrible, horrible stuff. What about, yeah, no more Smurf snuff, says this guy in chat. Yeah. How are we gonna, like, go on? I mean, I say this as kind of a joke, but how are we gonna go on? Like... Man, a lot of weird people out there use children's shit to, like, convey their, like, intense mental problems. And it should not be my fault that they happen to use, like, Sonic or Smurfs or fucking Winnie the Pooh or whatever. That shouldn't be my fault. Wouldn't it be amazing if all of this was just to comply with China and the Winnie the Pooh thing? And if this is all, like, super low-key, this is just a thing to crack down on any video that features Winnie the Pooh. I believe it. I believe it. As we all know, bright colors equals kids' content. Yeah, that's the other thing, which I'm sure some of you might have picked up on, is how unbelievably fucking, like, insulting it is. Let's look over this list again. How incredibly insulting it is to be told, oh, well, you play video games, therefore children's content. You like cereal. You like snack food and cereal. Products primarily purchased or consumed by kids like snack food or cereal. You're an adult. You like, hey, motherfucker, I see you there. I fucking see you there playing your fucking Halo 10 and with a Harry Potter poster on the wall. That's both of these, actually. And like collectible action figures and amiibos and shit on your shelf. I see you there with your fucking dog who you love and pet frequently. I see you there with your bowl of cereal and your Cheetos. To be honest, that does sound a little bit like a child. But all I'm saying is some people, some perfectly okay grown adult human beings enjoy shit that's like directed at kids. I'm looking right now at my list of fucking Switch games. I own a Nintendo Switch. It's a fucking console for children. People like the fucking console for children because it's a decent console. Actually, I think my left joystick is starting to fuck up again, but, you know, outside of that, it's a decent console. But I'm looking at my list of games here. I've got Super Mario Odyssey. I'm pretty sure children like Super Mario Odyssey. I've got Smash. Fucking Smash has Pichu. Spyro. Yeah, it's all there. Am I saying that I'm a man-child? Yes. But am I saying that I should be allowed to be a man-child and make videos about my man-childness? And moreover, watch videos that other people have made about their man-childness in our free country that we live in. This is the most fucked up thing, is like, okay, on one level, you're an American and you make a video about something that the government has decided you're not allowed to make a video about, so they fine you $40,000, which, let's be honest, is basically just going to end per video, by the way. That's per video that, like, they decide to bilk you on. So you're an American and that shit happens. Doesn't that feel like a fucking violation of your freedom and your rights? Okay. Now imagine you're from fucking Canada or Mexico or, like, I don't know, Japan or any other country in the world. Imagine if you're fucking from Australia and you get told that not only are Americans not allowed to have free will on the internet anymore and make videos that they want and exercise their fucking right to live. Not only are Americans not allowed to do that, but you as a fucking citizen of another country. I was about to say sovereign citizen, but I think that's a different thing. I'm not being detained. You as a sovereign citizen of another country are also at risk of being fucking fined by the US government. I think this is more fucked up than the UA I can speak. This is more fucked up than the EU thing, the section whatever. You know, the thing that basically means that you never have freedom on the internet ever again. That thing. This is kind of more fucked up than that, because that kind of only affects, like, European people. But on a base, like, human rights level, people should be fucking furious about this. People are no longer allowed to make videos that happen to appeal to children. Children like a lot of shit. You know? Children like a lot of fucking shit. When I was a child, I was watching fucking Frasier and Seinfeld and Friends. Do they get fined $40,000 per episode because I was entertained by them? I don't know, man. This is an insane fucking... Fuck off, phone. This is an insane fucking problem. Charger acquired. Good. This is an insane fucking problem that is again comically absurd. I have a friend who has a theory that the world was actually supposed to end in 2012. And ever since then, we've just been going further and fucking further off course. And I think they might be right. Think about it. Back in 2012, everything was fucking normal and made sense. And since then, we've had, like, cartoonish elections. And we've had whatever is going on now with YouTube and COPPA. Like, we are living in the fucking the wild card land. It's untamed fucking territory, you know? This is fucked up. Class action lawsuit. It's piracy time. I wish that friend was right, just like Dark Souls. It is the end of the age of Kali. We are in a cartoon. Just like... I watched Inuyasha, an anime with a lot of gore, as like a 10-year-old. The makers shouldn't be fined just because I liked it. Yeah, it didn't have fucking titties, too. I remember Inuyasha. I remember that shit. I was into that for a bit as a child, too. Does anybody remember that one Inuyasha, like, Flash game where you had, like, a grid and you went up against an opponent? It was really good. I've never seen another game like that, except, like, maybe Mega Man Battle Network, but that's different. See, look at me talking about Mega Man and Inuyasha video games on the Game Boy Advance. Like, well, one of them isn't on the Game Boy Advance, but the Mega Man games are. It's like, am I just speaking? Do I fucking deserve a fine? It sounds so insane, you know? It sounds so, like, out there. And I grant you, if you're hearing this and you're like, oh, this guy's just crazy and he's rambling. This is the end of DeadwingDork, everybody. He's going off the fucking deep end. He's rambling about crazy nonsense again. I can see how you might come up with that, you know? Like... But this is the way it is. It's not... Don't shoot the messenger, is all I'm saying. It's not me that's crazy. It's the fucking world that I'm talking about. Goodbye, Minecraft YouTubers. Wasn't the EU thing amended at the last minute to make it a Gucci hand? Okay hand? COPPA is worse than Article 13. It affects everyone globally. Yes, exactly. I didn't know that it was amended at the last minute. I know that Sweden fucked everybody over, but maybe it got fixed. I don't know. I haven't heard much about it in a while. So, I mean, one would imagine that it's probably a little bit less fucked than this. I just don't think people know how fucking crazy this shit is. I don't think people are, like, aware of it. Because it's not going to affect the average person. It's not going to affect the average boomer who, like, watches fucking cable. It's not going to affect them. And if it winds up in the news, they're going to side with the government because, well, protect the children, Herb. I agree, Sally. It's going to be that shit. They don't get affected, and they don't think about the fact that free citizens of a country are now going to be forced to fucking pay a fine for making a video that they... about a thing that they like and they want to talk about. Even if they're in another country. It's like... Calling it Orwellian doesn't even begin to fucking describe it. It's... Wow. Article 13 more applied to no memes. This mess applies to everything. Yes. That's also true. It was called the meme law for a reason. It was more than that, though, but the memes were like... I feel like the memes were kind of like the poster boy, where it's like, a lot of your rights and freedoms are going to get fucked with. And, for example, you can no longer fucking share, like, a clip of a video, you know, or a clip of a movie or a song or whatever as, like, a meme, as, like, an in-joke. You can't do that anymore. I feel like that was kind of what that situation was, but, yeah, it was less of a fucked up thing than this. But it was China. America the free, am I right? Yeah, who in, let me ask a question. Who in Sweden voted for the fucking American, like, COPPA thing that is now entitled to fuck them? Who in, like, Timbuktu voted for the American politicians that made this a thing? Isn't this, like, a war crime? Like, this is fucking insane! The more you fucking think about this, the crazier it gets. It's like a fucking magic eye painting of insane nonsense. I'm Australian. I was just asking about that. I'm from Canada. Yeah, free YouTube. Welcome to the nanny state. Rights don't exist. Norway? No way, son. Norway? No way. You're still getting fined. That's overkill. I'm not sure what this is in regards to, but I can see how you'd think that this is like overkill, you know? I can see where you're like, all right, this is a little crazy. It probably won't get to that, but I don't know, man. You know what stands between, like, even if it's not bad, even if it's not that bad, it's still going to be bad enough. It's going to be bad enough that it affects people in other countries who, like, have no fucking chance to, like, defend themselves against this shit. Like, Jesus Christ. Even on the face of it, it's absurd and should be fucking... Oh, God. But, you know... I don't know. I would say it's overkill, the situation that we're in general. Let people be man-children. Monetize your inner child. Yeah. Let's guess what the next major platform will be. Well, that indeed brings us to the final segment of the stream, I guess, which I've kind of been putting off to the end. So for a very long time, YouTube has been getting worse and worse. It used to be a pretty cool platform where you could broadcast yourself, and now, well, firstly, let me just say that it is now basically impossible to broadcast yourself. And I think YouTube knows that. I think a big part of this whole situation is that now the only content that's allowed to actually thrive on YouTube by design of the fucking algorithm and the systems in place, the only content that's really enabled to continue existing on YouTube is the homepage shit, the unlogged in homepage, Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, fucking Seth Meyers clips, the fucking Hot Ones clips, the fucking, like, you know, voice clips and Britain's Got Talent and shit. This is what YouTube is coming to. And this is like a hard and fast fucking shortcut to get there. People have been saying it for a long time. But I think you need no further proof that this is what they want than this. Because you cannot make a video that appeals to adults anymore. As an adult. You cannot do that. You can't make a video that appeals to children, or even is okay for children. What is left? What are people still able to make videos about on this platform? I'd like to think that I fall somewhere in the middle. I don't think that means I'm going to be immune to it. I'd like to think that it does, because I make videos that are very clearly, like, weird, insane, crazy shit. I mark my videos as not for kids. But I don't know. I like to play video game music sometimes. A lot of the time, in fact. I just don't know, you know? I'm not even that, like, that's the thing, is I'm not even that worried about myself. I don't even think it's going to affect me that bad. It will affect me. But it's not going to be as bad for me as a lot of the people that I watch and have been watching for years. I would not be on YouTube today. I wouldn't even be watching YouTube today, probably, if it wasn't for me watching fucking Ashens reviewing pop stations when I was a kid. Fucking 10 years ago, I was watching that shit. And now Ashens is in fucking jeopardy. And all of the gaming people that I watch are in jeopardy. Because remember, there is nothing to say that just because the game you're talking about in your video is, like, mature, there is nothing to say that just because it's rated teen or adults only, that it's not going to count as gaming. Because kids like games, right? This is the most intensely boomer-esque logic that I think I've ever fucking heard. And, wow, I hate to have to bring it to politics. It is kind of political, but do you think Trump just wants the money for himself? Listen, I don't talk about presidential shit that often, but if you were, even as a different American president, I feel like you'd be like, yeah, fuck those people. Let's get some bank. Let's make fucking bank. I don't know. I don't know how it breaks down. I don't know where that money goes to. I guess it goes to the U.S. government. I know YouTube doesn't get a cut of it because they fucking... This whole thing is their fault. None of this would be happening if they weren't collecting data on children when they shouldn't have been. And I know YouTube is basically being punished for this too. But this brings us to the real question, doesn't it? Where do we go now? It's been a meme for a long time to be like, well, YouTube is dead. Let's all move over to blip.tv. Let's move over to Daily Motion, everybody. That's totally going to work. Totally. Daily Motion is going to take off. It's going to be great. It's been a meme for a while talking about YouTube is dead. Let's move over to the other thing. Not just YouTube. I mean, Twitter, too. A lot of the mass exoduses of people just for having, like, conservative opinions. Twitter. Everybody says that, Twitter's done. Time to leave Twitter. And so you get shit like Gab and Mastodon, which are just hilarious fucking memes. They're just jokes. And, you know, we have a couple of like alternatives to YouTube. We've tried to do alternatives for streaming. We've got some people who stream on like D Live, and what are some of the other ones? Oh yeah, of course we've got BitChute, where Medicare had to get yeeted off to. Rest in peace, homie. Yeah, you know, BitChute, where I'm pretty sure they charge you money to upload your fucking videos, so that's a bit insane. Maybe I read that one wrong, but yeah, call me crazy. I don't think BitChute's gonna take off. I don't know. But yeah, you know. Where are we gonna go? Is there gonna be a new channel? The way I see it, the only thing, like, YouTube's basically destroyed itself, but it's also a self-sustaining entity. It's like a household name. It's one of the household names, and it's owned by Google. So YouTube's never really gonna actually die. But YouTube could kill its own user base to the point where maybe the only thing left on YouTube is like corporate nonsense. And maybe the actual new YouTube is going to be something else. Maybe run by content creators. That's what I'm thinking is the only real way this is going to work. Is if PewDiePie does this. This is like an open letter to PewDiePie. I know you've had your problems with the media in the past, but man, yeah, actually that could be an issue. I don't think we're gonna get ads and monetization on a platform run by PewDiePie. I don't know. I don't know. You know, like, look at PewDiePie for an example. This poor motherfucker had to get like fucking neutered and could no longer make the kinds of videos he was making, and now he's had to make fucking Minecraft garbage for like 6 months, and I haven't watched a video of his for 6 months, and now he can't even do that! What is gonna happen to PewDiePie? What the fuck is left for PewDiePie? Maybe that's the fucking point. Maybe they're trying to crack down on PewDiePie, I don't know. But yeah, like, unless other content creators do this, and get the word out and get their people over there, I don't think it's... I don't know. I don't know. I'd like to think that something has to replace YouTube. But I just don't know. Let's take a look at the chat. I like frosted cereal. They're cracking down on the Swedes. YouTube bad, book good. Elon Musk is a grandiose narcissist. Yes, but he's also a ridiculously powerful self-made man who, like, I know people don't like Elon Musk, and he's got his problems. There was that weird shit with the Thai cave thing where he was like, fuck you then! That was a little weird. But, you know, he could probably do it. I don't think he would. Nassim was right. You were correct. Yeah, I mean, that's the unfortunate thing. Nassim kind of was right, wasn't she? She wasn't at all right to do what she did, but she was kind of fucking right about, like, what YouTube was up to. Susan! Something will eventually replace YouTube. It's a matter of time. Again, I'd like to think that. I would really like to think that. SkyTube. Communism bad. Society bad. PewDiePie is dead. We need a boomer plague. Well, that would help. I think he likes the Minecraft stuff. I mean, that's fair. That is fair. I don't, particularly. In fact, I hold like a grudge. I'm one of these people who holds like grudges against things because because I can't stop hearing about them. It's like if your thing is barely known, I might be like, oh, that sounds cool. Let's look into it because I'm a hipster. But if it's like fucking Fortnite, I'm basically never gonna. Well, no. I do have it on the Switch. I wouldn't mind playing it sometime. I don't know. I don't have Minecraft though, and I'm gonna keep it that way. PewDiePie has the money and manpower to start a new YouTube. Yeah, I mean, channel awesome. DorkTube, Dad. I like to think that shit happens in like cycles, you know, to an extent, where it's like, there was a time years ago where Nostalgia Critic and all of them had to leave YouTube, and so did the AVGN. Had to have the Cinemassacre website. Because YouTube's copyright system was fucked. And this was in like 2008. And, you know, in the time since then, their sites have basically, you know, gone the way of the dodo. And they've amalgamated all of their content back into YouTube proper. And, you know, now we're like 10 years later. And it's the same shit happening, except in a vastly different and more fucked up way. I mean, the same shit has been happening. That's the funny part, is like, Nostalgia Critic or whoever, they're back on YouTube. They basically just got fucked over. I mean, they basically just cucked themselves, where they were like, well, fuck you, we're gonna go do our own website, and then that crashed and burned. And now they're back to YouTube, and YouTube's still doing its same fucked up copyright shit. It might be a little better now. I think it was like comically absurd in 2008 time, where it was like too. But that's understandable because it was like a new enterprise, you know. It wasn't like a big established thing yet. So, well, it kind of was, but it wasn't as big. So it's understandable that some of the copyright stuff on the site might have been a little fucked up in that initial phase, or like the first couple years, you know. But like now, it's just kind of that way because YouTube wants it to be that way because it benefits them. Isn't it funny how we've gone this whole video, or this whole stream, rather? I was going to do a video, honestly. I was going to do this as like an impromptu video, but I figured it would be a little better to just stream, because that's never given me any issues before. Isn't it funny we've gone this whole stream, and I'm just now mentioning, like, copyright? Like, YouTube's got so many problems that now we're like getting stuck on other problems that they have. They're like segmented issues that are destroying the website. People thought YouTube was gonna be fucking dead because of their copyright bullshit. And now there's like a whole other fucking thing that's coming along to also be the thing that's gonna kill YouTube. I don't know how much more it can sustain this shit. With the copyright thing, I was like, okay, well, this is very inconvenient for myself and other content creators, and I get that. It's kind of unfortunate, but I don't think they're going to really do anything about it, because it does benefit them. And I don't think any of us are really going to do anything about it, because it's like not such a pressing thing that it's ever stopped me from having content that I enjoy watching. It's made things a lot harder for the content creators, though, and certainly we can't do what we want to in a lot of cases, thanks to, you know, YouTube copyright. But now, like, I don't know. YouTube is too big to fail on some level, but, like, I don't think they can sustain this. I don't think they can recover from this. And I don't think they, like, honestly, I don't think they want to do this, you know? Like I've said, I don't think they, well, no. I think parts of this are appealing to them, like the convenience of being able to say, well, we did it for the kids. It's for the kids. You know, I think parts of it are appealing to YouTube. But, like, I think as a whole, YouTube probably doesn't want this. Because they probably know what's going to fucking happen. I don't think YouTube is stupid enough to not be aware that, like, the only thing that's still viable on this platform is making stuff that kids would enjoy. Not for children, necessarily, but that kids would enjoy about, like, sometimes subject matter that kids are interested in. And YouTube has to know that, like, Well, let's look on the bright side, you know? Let's look on the bright side. This might be such a kick in the fucking ass to YouTube that they have to start, like, bettering themselves. Like I said earlier, this could be the spark that lights a new, like, service to replace... Well, not a new service, but, like, this could be the spark that gets YouTube to, like, change its policies about, like, you know, content for adults. Because, again, I said this earlier in the stream, but again... If this was just a YouTube thing, and it was just, hey, you know, you can now mark your video as either being made for kids or not made for kids, that would be great. That's the real kick in the pants. That's a great idea. I have wanted that for a while, because it allows me to say, no, my channel's not for children, and then I don't have to, theoretically, basically paraphrasing what I said before, theoretically, I would not have to worry about getting demonetized all the time because I have specifically marked that children are not the content, they're not the audience for this video. But, like, man, wow, way to fucking ruin any, like, you almost had it, YouTube. You really almost got it. And again, I'm like, we're blaming YouTube because they fucking did it. They're the ones that, like, caused this to happen. But it's like Eggman at the end of Sonic Adventure 2. Oh boy, $42,000 fine incoming. Sayonara, Deadwing the Hedgehog. It's like Eggman at the end of Sonic Adventure 2, you know? Yes, he blew up half of the moon and caused literally everything in the story that went wrong to go wrong, but you know, we have to come together to defeat Grandpa Eggman. And save the world, I guess, even though Eggman wanted to destroy it before. I don't know. That was a weird game. That was a weird fucking game. But, you know, it's like that. YouTube, they may have caused all of the problems here, but honestly, I think they know that it's bad for their fucking bottom line, what's about to happen. So I can assume that they might make some changes. Or this is the real question of it, isn't it? Or it's either YouTube makes changes that make it easier for people like me to make videos not for children, or YouTube goes exclusively corporate and only hosts, you know, some people will make videos, but it won't work out great for them. It only hosts, like, videos made by, you know, companies. I think, honestly, the thing with YouTube is, like, YouTube is a bit too big for its own good. It was originally like a platform meant for people to just share, like, clips of things, you know? And since then, online content has become a thing. Angry Video Game Nerd happened, and then, like, the Plinkett reviews happened, and now here we are with, like, 45-minute documentaries about crazy people and shit like that. Like, people, I don't think when they made YouTube, they fully knew that, like, user content was going to happen. I don't think they fully knew the extent that people would go to, like, you know, make some cool shit. And this is like a very different game now than what YouTube was actually, like, designed for. It was designed for just, like, people to just share, like, hey, this is a video of me, like, whacking a tree with my friend with a stick. It was not meant for, I don't think it was meant for the kind of shit that we're watching now, the kind of shit that's valuable content on YouTube. I don't think it was meant for the long form shit. I don't think it was meant for, like, user made, like, documentaries heavy in editing, like, you know, The Red Opinion or Jay Aubrey or something. I don't think it was meant for that kind of shit. I feel like that kind of shit is like, it might need its own platform, you know? I feel like maybe YouTube might be going in a direction. This is just a random, rambly theory, but maybe they're going in a direction of, like, corporate shit and also, like, personal shit. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to share, like, concert footage with your friends, you know, then that's maybe what YouTube will be for. Maybe we need another site for, like, content made by people. Maybe we need another site for, like, video reviews and, you know, documentaries and shit like that, and whatever the fuck it is that I do. Maybe we need another site for it. But it has to be a one site. It can't be a bunch of fucking chickens with their heads cut off running to BitChute and like fucking Daily Motion and Vimeo. It can't be that. It can't be Bigo TV. Can't be any of that shit. Or whatever the fuck it's called. What is that site called? The Japanese one? Nico, that's right. Yeah, it can't be that shit. I think the stream might be coming to an end, lads. Call it the Y site. Without capitalism, there'd be nothing to ruin. Oh boy, are we fighting capital? Are we talking about capitalism now? This isn't BreadTube. You fuckers. Hi, it's Fred. Capitalism ruins everything. Oh my god. This isn't even capitalism. I mean, it is, in the sense that the American government wants to steal money from people. Even if they're not their citizens, they're going to steal money from people. But I don't even think it's really YouTube's thing. I don't know. I don't want to say capitalism ruined YouTube, but, well, what happened to Porcelain? I think he stopped because, like, some fucking weirdos started, like, threatening him with lawsuits or whatever. I wonder if Google thinks Susan is doing a good job. Well, YouTube runs at a loss, from what I understand. YouTube is, like, not a profitable endeavor. So I can imagine that I can imagine that YouTube probably that Google probably just wants to be done with YouTube to some extent. I think YouTube might be more valuable to Google in terms of harvesting people's data and, like, you know, watch habits and shit. I think YouTube might be more valuable for that than for any of the actual service they provide. Oh, good. Let me just go to the... Great. Okay. Bring myself back. Shut up. I know. Oh my god. Oh my god, Lois. I, like, pressed the back button on my thing, and now my entire stream dashboard thing is just fucked up. So that's cool. Precisely, Twiggy. Yeah, we're good. I probably will actually keep this one on the channel because I was gonna make a video about this, but I just decided the stream might be a little more fun. I like the background music. Yeah, this is The Cave of Bad Dreams from Rayman 2. I really thought we'd get through the whole Rayman 2 soundtrack, but I think I was wrong. So I'm gonna, I think, cut it here. We have one more super chat here from Moop for $1.99, but unfortunately, Moop, I cannot read your super chat because YouTube hates me. And if you'd like proof of this, YouTube hates me. Why can't I read your thing? I don't know, but I sure can't. So, sorry, sir, or sir or ma'am, but, YouTube hates me. so I guess YouTube hates you too. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen, and, sorry for the boomerang at the start of the stream. I promise it was entirely YouTube's fault. Well, it was like 90% YouTube's fault, 8% Streamlabs' fault, and 2% my own incompetence. But, you know, I call that a pretty good cocktail. Yeah, thanks for watching, folks. And, fucking brace for impact. Oh, and I guess I should say, I might not be streaming here in the future. I don't know. Kind of depends. I might go over to Twitch, see how it is there. I don't know. I'm not feeling good about, like, streaming here. The videos are one thing, because I can, like, edit them a little better. And I can maybe do some special shit to get around, you know, this or that YouTube might not like, but yeah, I don't know. Dark times ahead, lads. I wish I had better news for you, you know? But this is really a black pill stream. This is like fucking spread them and open wide. This is The future is looking more disappointing than that quest I did this morning in Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, where three of my teammates died, and I didn't, and we still lost. It's like, yeah, I might come out okay on the other end, potentially, but everything is fucked. So, thanks, YouTube. Yeah, thanks, folks, for watching, and I'll see you next time, hopefully with something a little less fucked up to discuss. If you haven't watched the Unicult video, I suggest you go check that out. New edited video on the channel. Gonna try to get another one out fairly shortly. You guys remember the 5'7" guy on Facebook? There's some thought that he's like fake, but I think the admission that that whole thing was fake was fake. So that's a whole like dive. I don't know. We might have to look into that. But yeah, take it easy, folks, and remember to fill all of your videos with like screaming curse words and you know, like girls in bikinis and shit, just so they know that it's not for kids. And then if that doesn't work, scream racial epithets. Okay, bye.